Hello everybody and welcome back to Ace Attorney. On the last episode, we found out the giant box the Ringmaster died on has a tiny thing of pepper in it, which makes no sense whatsoever, and we don't know what the murder weapon is. And our gumshoe is being dismissed because we're about to get another witness. Let's go! Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Aw. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. How? Yes! Yes! Obviously! My god. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Yes! You can't talk without him! Does no one remember details anymore? Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an opera tenor. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. I feel like this shouldn't be allowed. What was Shutakami thinking with this case, for real? That rope must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song. By the way, I still don't know what a tenor is. Like, I know it's a singer thing, but I forget which range it is, because I don't remember that shit. Oh, I mean, bleep that out. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? Damn, bro. You got the whole squad laughing. It had a good rhythm. No, it didn't. It was just words! How am I meant to put that into a tune? It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know what? Your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. You don't even have a nose. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. Tell me about it. What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is! Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting ouch! You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. But if you can't fucking figure out his deal, then how do we know he's a reliable witness? Like, you can't just get a dude in off the street and be like, yep, he's just as reliable as anyone. Like, is this guy gonna convince the court? I hope he doesn't. Once practice was over, I left Ted with the clown. Once we got to the... Stooge is still funny to me. Stooge. Oh, jeez. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Also, Trilo's just floating all the time. To people, like, because Regina's like, oh yeah, Trilo's real, or whatever, but he's floating all the time in that case, which is weird. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. By the way, I'm not intentionally trying to do an accent with Trilo. That voice just comes out of me like I'm like a possessed man. It's like House of Puppets. I am not the puppeteer. The puppet is controlling me. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Wow. Someone please arrest this man. I hope he's the murderer. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal. Why's that? Here's the absolute proof. That's just You're so dumb! It's just a hat! That doesn't prove he doesn't go there, that just makes it seem more likely that Max went there. I hate everyone. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. That's not definitive proof. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene unless he put it there to frame Max, idiot. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutory skills are unrivaled. Well done. Bullshit! This is annoying me so much. You know, like, I watched the last episode back and I was like, man, I was really pissed off on this one. I should calm down. But no, I'm right back into it and I understand now why I was so mad. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Wow, girl boss. Also, I have lots of things to say. This is paper thin. This is not... Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, I mean clown. Okay, tell me about the clown. The clown? You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. What? This dude is so homophobic. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to killing her for good. Wow, and fatphobic too. Poor guy. I mean, he's old, man. He didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Okay, now's not the time to slander your co-workers. Then what happened? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? So Addition went over to the plaza, okay. What'd you do then? I went to the plaza to do some thinking. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Hey, good catch. Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Alright, I like this game again. That's what I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Okay. Are you sure it was Max? Yeah! I knew he was gonna say that. Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Wait, that's not him talking. I think that's the jury. Whoops. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Sorry? I didn't... It's not my fault. Everyone's bullying me. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right. And that makes him the killer. No, it doesn't. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Yeah, actually, Trilo... Yeah, there's no proof it was Max. And also, Trilo has no alibi other than Ben's word. He's just like, oh, I went that way. And everyone's like, wow, I bet he went that way and only saw Max. It's like, that's not... This isn't... Kangaroo court! I hate this. Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica. Actually, I just realized they're gonna be mean to me. Hey, you still don't get it, do ya? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. Anyone can wear that. Alright, let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Everyone's bullying me! Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. And a fucking pedophile. Alright, well, let's talk about this again. Because there was an opportunity there. Skip. Ben only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? Ah, I'm panicking! That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? I don't know. Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Okay, I don't remember what Regina was doing. Oh, you? That's the victim? That's correct. If Joe was at the entrance to the plaza... Oh, I was just guessing, that's right. He should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. Anyone with sense could have torn your case to pieces! Miss Von Karma. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? Your witness is just as likely to lie to protect himself, thank you. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. Well, clearly someone's lying, and it's not my client. Also, that guy's a pedophile. Book him, please. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. I guess there's no proof that he's lying, and there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Surely wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Yeah. Max hit him over the head with a bottle. Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got to know the head? They are the same person. They are the same person. Yeah, I don't know anymore. Maya, say it with me. They're the same person. Okay, the stooge left. We got to the lodging. You saw Max. And then, hold it. We took Magic Boy away. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Well, you shut up, you big-nosed dope. Why are you telling me anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Clearly... Phoenix. Mr. Phoenix, right? We can all do without your offhanded theories, even though he clearly just let something slip. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Things not to say in court, though. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? I'm going to guess Regina. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Ah! Oh my god, it killed him. Hello? Trilo just died. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. What if Regina was in, like, the stands and she was like, oh my fucking god! A man died! Am I mistaken? Oh, and he's made a miraculous recovery. Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares what I was waiting for that night? I mean, who? What's important is that what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, he's got a point. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. But I'm right. All right! There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Oh god, he died, and Ben just stood there. That makes perfect sense. This judge is so easily swayed. What did you just say? Also, you don't know about Regina, right? So how would you know? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the Ow! Ow! There was absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. Jesus. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Get fucked. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Especially not things that will solve this case. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Were you, or were you not, waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her.
You are what? Waiting to propose even though you're 31 and she is 16? You freak? Yeah, book him. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. Are we finally going to talk about it? You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have a trial to incriminate this fucking child predator. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. That's not the problem here, Franziska. Okay. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. Is it just me, or is this making no sense? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Yeah, well, good for you. You're going to propose. You, a puppet. It's a man controlling a puppet, idiot. I never say idiot. I just felt it in that moment. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. No, he's not! Just because I'm... I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. She is underage. Exactly. No! His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. No fucking shit, honey. I'm gonna get demonetized for all this swearing. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your examination. Sai seemed a little wistful. Kill me. Get me out of this hell. Please. I hate this case. Don't be so... Okay, whatever. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina, the 16-year-old. Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. That would have been better. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. Alright. Starting to think Max was right to clock him over the head. What is it you plan on giving her? Yeah, the ring, we know. Yep, yeah, no, yeah, Answer his question. What was it? I don't even want to read this dialogue. It's an engagement ring. Yeah, an engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Are they sitting? Mr. Phoenix writes, joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. When you're from that thing, we'll probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. Alright, let's go. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to— Ow! I advise you to cut this argument short. Please. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Will you lay off him? I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. Okay, that's probably important. The fact that it's changed means that we're probably meant to object to it. Oh, I have it. So it's not in your pocket. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, huh? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. No, you don't. Bitch. Haha. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? Oh, don't propose to the puppet. Don't. Uh-oh. Looks like they're gonna double team me now. Things not to say, Phoenix. Do you recognize this ring? Ah! That's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! They stole it. They took it from us. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ah! I hope he stays exploded next time. What is going on here? That's What? Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. He was slandering the clown before! He's been slandering Max this whole time. Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Phoenix, this really isn't relevant. Like, what does this prove? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Oh my god. I'm not, nope, not enacting random chimp event. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It's nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? There should be a comma there. This game's been missing a lot of commas. It's really been bugging me. You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. Okay, so you weren't watching! But you weren't able to catch up with them, were you? Saw this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Is it? Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben doesn't exercise enough. Obviously, that one Mr. Benjamin Woodman is lacking in the area of exercise. Still punching him. This is clear from the testimony we have just listened to. He was too slow and awkward to catch a monkey fleeing through the snow. This revelation doesn't seem to be registering too well around the courtroom. Maybe you should leave the courtroom drama for video games and rethink that one. Okay. Sorry. Well, yep. Okay. My bad. I was just messing around. Okay, he wasn't there, clearly. There's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness has just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Yeah, clearly. Obviously. No duh, honey. Interesting, Mr. Can you let me finish? Well, then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? You didn't have to object there. You can just answer the question. Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. Did we ever establish this in the courtroom? What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dog face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Don't do the chant. Don't do the chant. I told you so many times you think you know my story's not changing. Or change your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Whereas one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! That's like the thing Mia said, except slightly less correct. Lies beget more lies is what she said, which is like if you catch a lie, then they'll have to lie to cover up that lie, and it's like, which is not really the same as having behind one lie multiple lies. It's not really. Anyway, I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence, possibly because talking would give away that I was not Max Galactica. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Maybe someone... I hate all of you. No one has even pointed out this possibility. This came up in the Steel Samurai case, like, immediately. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about... I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. I will. I will do that. Let's go. Yep, okay, you were waiting that night for Regina, okay. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. I guess. He showed up after I'd been seen waiting there for about 5 minutes. Okay. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. Sorry! You already know the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. Into your braid session to know around what time it was when I saw him. I'm sorry! I'm sorry, alright? I'm sure you could do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Yow! I'm not good at math! It was 10 past 10 p.m. Yes, that sounds about right. I like the realism here. You don't have to be good at maths to be a lawyer. It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. Okay, cool. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testified that you said good evening to Max? No, this case isn't boring me. Oh boy. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? I don't say it during the day, I say it like in the afternoon. And obviously, I'd say good night to someone at night, even though that's more of a farewell. What, Ben? Got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. Damn it. I'm sorry, Trilo. I'm playing into their dumb 2-man comedy routine. I prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside the courtroom. Me too. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Yeah. Let's just say that. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? Oh yeah, didn't he like hit him with the bottle before this? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Jeez! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. Jeez, there's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in the world. But I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. No, he won't! Let me object! I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. There has to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree. Yeah, we do, but... Maybe if I show the bottle? Yep, okay. Please let me skip that. Alright, okay. Maybe this? Yeah! I'm a genius. Trilo, isn't it true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head with a bottle a glass bottle. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. Yeah, we should. But the truth is, on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Yeah, that's pretty true. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly. That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He saw a different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one? Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. Isn't that just what I said? What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. And he knew that, I guess? Which is why he truly made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? You. Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening then? I don't know. Maybe Russell? Because we just said the clown. Considering the ill temper of the witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. Stop that! No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you got a point there. Yeah, I do. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? Why are you helping me? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Gulp! Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Wah! Ah! The little ah! Oh boy. Order! Order! How do you respond to this, other than exploding? Wait a second! Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. Real convincing there, bucko. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols, which anyone in the world can wear. No, don't ask. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow! Thank you. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They even look good on me. Alright, King. What was that? Well, the witnesses endlessly repeat that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? That's what I've been saying! Could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Everyone in this courtroom's stupid. Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, I presented a hat earlier, but that sucked. If that's the case, then it's impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, But? Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. The freaking clown. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica the responsible for this crime. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. That is a perfect moment for me to stop. So thank you guys so much for watching this awful, awful episode of this terrible case. If you enjoyed it and my pain, then please consider donating to my Ko-fi or checking out my Patreon, with links for which are in the description for this video and at the end. So thank you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!